Streaming again. Are we streaming again? Yes, we're streaming again. Lord have mercy. I'm just going to share this quickly with some musical friends. Hither and yon. Hither and yon, ladies and gentlemen, we will share. Look at this fancy shirt I have on today. Fancy, fancy cowboy. Stand clear. I'm going to share this with some friends. Oh, hither and yon. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. Leland Berg in the house. The first one to comment today is Leland Berg. I'm going to share this here. Sorry to use caps on the special announcements. It's really not that, in the grand scheme of the world these days, really not that pressing. But I thought I would just put that on there so if people see this after the broadcast, they can reference it and say, hey, what the Sam heck, Drade? Let me just share this to one more place, and then we will converse. Special announcement day. Andrea says, play. No, I won't. I just had to share that quick with some folks, hither and yon. Folks, some new stuff is happening, which will be very, very glorious. We're going to have some new ideas for videos and whatnot, but this will be the last regularly scheduled Wildwood live stream on my platforms. So we will be doing a bunch of new content, which is going to be extraordinarily fun, and we started on some today. We're going to be doing the serial number videos that we've always done on the Wildwood YouTube page, whereas I play a specific instrument, tell you the serial number, the weight, and play through it, and you can smell it, taste it, do whatever you got to do. We will continue to do the Wildwood 30s, which is where I play just a 30-second little salvo of something and then say a wiseacre-ish thing, and those appear on the Wildwood Facebook page and on the Instagram of Wildwood. But we're also going to get into some new stuff. We're going to do a Wildwood tip on each guitar. So it could be a lick, it could be a suggestion of tone-wise, it could be just a little tidbit of knowledge, if you will. But, you know, lick, a chord, something like that. So far we did a couple licks and so on and so forth. Then we're also going to do something very fun. We're going to do a loop of the week on these specific guitars. So for each guitar that I get, there will be a serial number video. There'll be a Wildwood 30. There will be a Wildwood tip. And then there will be a loop of the week. And all of that content is going to live on the Wildwood platform. So if you're not a subscriber to Wildwood's YouTube page, do so. Sign up for notifications because you'll get a little ka-ping when all that stuff comes live. Also, if you're not a member of their Instagram or their Facebook page, sign up for that because this content will live exclusively on that. On my pages, you will continue to see, of course, my Fishman things that I do every week, and then just the regular little video content that I like to put on. And I might do some more live stuff on my own things every now and again. But as far as the regularly scheduled Tuesday and Thursday things that we've been doing all through the pandemic, those are going to come to an end as of today. And I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in because you guys have been fantastic, coming in week after week, participating in our chats. And Lube of the Week. What, Joe Coot? You crazy kid. Loop of the Week. Lube of the Week. That's somebody else's channel. Lube of the Week. Joe Wyatt, great seeing you down there in Texas. We had a good old time. Michael Burrell is in the house. So again, just to reiterate, today will be the last of the regularly scheduled Wildwood streams. And all this new content that we're going to be coming up with is going to be exclusively on the Wildwood platforms. So I will continue to do what I've done on my pages in terms of the Fishman streams and whatever content that I do personally, whether it's a little noodle of the day or I might just go like random live stuff to play and hang with y'all. But all this new content that we're going to be coming up with is going to be living exclusively on the Wildwood stuff. Can you dig it? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ba-da-doo-da-doo-doo. Well, thank you, Rich Moran. I appreciate that. So for this last regularly scheduled stream, I just happened to be playing this Chrissy Hind Telecaster, which is a made in Mexico product, but it is a rather delicious. I think that's the word I'm going. It actually kind of matches the shirt as well, if I may be so bold. But it is it's got 6 saddles on the bridge, and I like the mirrored pick guard. It's ice blue metallic is the color. Mr. McBrazer said, are we still going to have Matt on Fridays? Yes, those are Fishman streams. Those will remain what they are. Can you dig it? And will I be going back to the Wildwood Lair from time? Well, that's certainly a possibility, but not on the immediate forecast. We are pivoting towards this other direction where I do more recorded content per guitar. And that stuff, as I said, will be coming out on all the Wildwood platforms. So, can you dig it? Can you dig it? Doodle doodle. Play middle of the road. Oh, how about Back in the Chain Gang? We do either one of them. Out there for a little bit, but you get the idea. So this, let me just do something real quick here on this doggone freaking crack. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. So this is the Chrissy Hind signature Telecaster. And please SRV. Interesting. Gristle in the road. That's exactly correct. Horrible band, The Pretenders. What kind of planet are you living on? There is no planet of which The Pretenders was a bad band. Sorry for the hot take, but The Pretenders were awesome. Thank you. Robbie McIntosh on guitar, the first guy, James Honeyman Scott. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for saying such filth. Wow. Hot take from Drade today. Hot take from Drade. Hot take from Drade. Anyways, folks, to reiterate, I'm sorry to use such the bold caps today in telling you about our a planet where my mom used to play them over and over again. Okay, I got you. Okay. That makes that so you were traumatized by the Pretenders. That's a different story. Why didn't you say so? Say I was traumatized by the Pretends. Just a random saying that they're filth is unacceptable. Okay, I see you. All right. I could dig it. Did anyone have a crush on Chrissy in the 80s? Who didn't? What? Oh, you got to be kidding me. That's what I'm talking about. I got a crush on this Telecaster right now, I'll tell you that. Look at the mirror. Like this, go outside and just start messing with people. Let the sun shine on it and just, yeah, take that. or be on stage and have that light hit it just right, get that person in the front row that's yawning or crossing their arms in indifference. See? Now you're paying attention. So it's a guitar and an implement of discipline as well, ladies and gentlemen. This is all good. Yeah, still do, says Tom Essler. Am I right? I'm with you on that. We got Paul Brown tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Paul, I just informed him of what's going on with us. We just got done doing a foray of our new ideas for the video content that'll be coming forthwith on all of the Wildwood channels. So I probably have to say this a couple times because people are tuning in at different times and they're not hearing what I'm saying. They're like, "What is this special announcement? Is Drade selling the shirt to the highest bidder?" Maybe. No, that's not the announcement. The announcement is that this is the last regularly scheduled Wildwood live stream that we've been doing all through the pandemic. We started doing this in late March of 2020. So we've gone for 2 years. We've gone for 2 years every Tuesday and Thursday. And if I wasn't here, we did a rerun. But for the most part, they were live. I can only think of maybe a handful of times that I wasn't actually here. But we are going to come up with more new and exciting content for each guitar. There'll be a serial number video. There will be a Wildwood 30 that we've been doing. There will be a tip of the week where I'm going to show you a little instructional snippet. And there will be a loop of the week. I'll show you how to do the loop, break it down, give you a couple ideas of what to play over it. That's just good, clean fun. And all of that stuff will be on the Wildwood Portals, their Facebook page. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe up. On their YouTube page, subscribe up and ring the bell for the notifications. And then on their Instagram, do it. And all of that content will live there on my platforms. I'll be doing my thing. And also doing, of course, the Fishman streams will be going on the same as they ever were on Mondays and Fridays. Although this Friday I will be out of town, so it'll be a rerun again. But all that stuff is happening. It has been 2 years, Eddie. Can you believe it? 2 years. Well, thank you, Super Denny. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody tuning in for these last 2 years. You guys have been very, very faithful, and I appreciate it, as does the Wildwood crew, that you've been tuning in consistently, and I appreciate it. Super Denny says, "This is the only social media I do." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, thank you, Patrick McManus. I appreciate that. We'll still have our Orange Room sessions on Mondays and Fridays, and there will probably be some rando live things that I'll do. And Wildwood, we'll still do a couple streams, but we haven't quite figured it out yet. Maybe twice a month, but those might be recorded. So in those recorded ones might be in response, because my travel schedule is going to start getting loosey-goosey. That's another reason why we're doing it this way, because I got a bunch of different things coming up where I'm going to go on the road with the band and do some stuff. So we might do some pre-recorded stuff. So if there are questions out there that people have, they could submit them to, do a post on the, on any of the posts. You can ask the questions, and we'll see them. And maybe Paul Brown and I will stockpile a few of the different questions, and maybe that might be the subject of one of the tips that we do. Might be the subject of one of the recorded streams that we'll put out, and so on and so forth. And can you dig it? I'm addicted to this Gristle programmability. I like this kind of talk, Ben. I can dig it. I am going to subscribe to Wildwood right now, Diggity Dog. Well, good job, Joey. Appreciate that. Playing in Denver anytime soon, says Scott Walden. Oh, and also 23 more people subscribe to the Wildwood YouTube page, and we hit 100,000. That's impressive. So check that out. All we need is 23 more, and the big 100,000 will be at hand. Do I ever come to Canada? We're working on it. Who or what is Wildwood? Guitars that are out of my price range, LOL. Oh, my knees hurt. I see you, you crazy kid. Of course, I think everyone knows, or maybe they don't. Maybe I should reiterate. Wildwood Guitars of Louisville, Colorado, the place where I've been doing videos for probably 10 plus years. And prior to COVID, I would go out there for 4 days a month and shoot between 25 and 30 guitar videos a day of the specific guitar and serial number, and those go on their website. And it has been a huge vehicle for people to be able to hear and see the guitar of their dreams before they click and buy. So it's been going fantastically well. Obviously, when COVID hit, we were unable to do those trips, so they started sending me guitars, and we've just been kind of figuring out as we go. And this is the next iteration of us figuring out new ways to approach things. So as I said, for each guitar that I get, there will be all this ancillary content: the serial number video, the Wildwood 30, the Wildwood tip with each guitar, which will be an instructional segment, as well as a loop of the week, which is another instructional segment to help you figure out some kind of fun loop things to play over, and so on and so forth. And all of that stuff is going to be on the Wildwood portals. Their Facebook page, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Their Instagram page, subscribe. And also to their YouTube page, subscribe, and then sign up for the notices. Can you dig it? Mike Schulte says, I have an original DGTM. I like that. What DGTM is the diabolical gristle tone manipulator. Which is a hell of a name. And that is the overdrive setting on the Gristle King. The Gristle King is the DGTM and a clean boost, which Tim used to call the luxury drive. It is a combination of those two pedals. Yes, so I'm going to try to keep the looper stuff not too crazy, and the instructional stuff is going to be focused more on hopefully everyone. You know, if you've been playing for a while, it might be kind of, oh, that's kind of a cool flavor, but also not so heady that the average person's not going to be able to get something out of it. So that's where I'm going to be headed there. Eddie Leone says, I like the Jeff Beck stuff you did, Dre. Well, thank you. Those segments live, of course, on, and I might do some of that stuff on this page as well, or on the Wildwood page as well. But that stuff was from the True Fire things that I had going. Jeff McLeod said, you killed it at the Dallas International Guitar Festival. Well, thank you, Jeff. We had a good old time down there. That was fantastic. I was down there with the trio this past weekend, and we just had a good old time. We played on Saturday. I did a clinic with Ken from Reverend earlier, actually on Thursday down there, and then we did a thing. Saturday, the band played, Toby on organ and my son Dylan on drums. We played down there, and it went fantastically well. Felt great. Everyone was asking, there's been some videos online, and there were all these Category 5 amps on stage, which I actually used one on the Sunday show. But on the Saturday show with the band, everyone's like wondering, oh, those are Plexis. Nope. I was using my pedal board into the clean channel of a Hot Rod DeVille, which looked like it was 1,000 years old. So I just got a clean sound and made sure it wasn't breaking up, which sounded great. And then I used my pedal board, which has Gristle King on it, and so on and so forth. And that's what I was using for overdrive, my Gristle King. So, oh, thanks, Joe Wyatt. Yeah, I played with Red Volkert and some other great telly guys, Arnie and Forrest and... I'm spacing the rest of the guys. But we had a fantastic time on Sundays. Red hosted this thing called The Masters of the Telecaster. And those guys played a bunch of songs. Then I went up there and did about 3 tunes, and we just had a blast. That was good, clean fun. And I also played on the Jam on Saturday night, and Red came up there and played, and Larry Mitchell, was up there when I was up there, and Allie Venable, and Forrest again. So that was all, and Jimmy, of course, from the festival. So that was all good. Fell asleep last night watching you talk about Danny Gatton. Yeah, I can dig that. Wherever and whenever you play, Gristle guitar will follow. That is correct, Kurt. You are correct. Yes. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, doggone it. Any chance you can get Wildwood to lean on Gibson to let them ship one of the Wildwood Spec Murphy painted Les Pauls to the UK? I don't mean free. I will pay for it. Boy, David, that's out of my purview. But I will let those people respond in kind. Can you dig it? Yes. Yes. There's lots of. Well, this is actually Ice Blue Metallic. This particular instrument. When are you coming to the Kitchener Blues Festival? Well, hopefully some sooner than later. How often is the Ken and Greg show? That is a rando thing. Actually, I'm going to be down in that neck of the woods in a couple of weeks, and we're going to do some more content in Reverend Land. I think I might do some with Joe Naylor as well as Ken, if Ken's back from his tour by then. We got a little tour coming up, and we're going to be in Chicago on May 19th. We're going to be in Toledo. We're doing a show with my trio with Ken Haas's band from Reverend, his band Polka Floyd. We're doing that at a place called all the stuff's on my website. My brain is lacking, but that's on the 16th. All the dates are on my website, gregkoch.com. You can see that all happening, ladies and gentlemen. Holy Toledo, that is correct. So again, folks, just to reiterate one more time so that you hear it, right, the reason why I put special announcement is that this is the last regularly scheduled live stream that we've been doing now for 2 years straight on Tuesdays and Thursdays. For Wildwood, we are going to switch to some different formats, which are very exciting. We're going to be a heck of a lot more content, and all that stuff's going to live on the Wildwood platform. So if you enjoy watching me do the Wildwood content on my platforms, you must now just go over and sign up on Wildwood's YouTube channel and on their Facebook and on their Instagram, and that stuff's going to be on there. There's going to be some new instructional materials, which will be fun, as well as the other stuff that we've always been doing. So the live streams will be every now and again. We're still trying to figure it out, but maybe a couple times a month. And they won't be live. They will be probably recorded. Can you dig it? Da-da-ding. Go, Ohio. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? All right. Joe says, you've been amazingly supportive to all of us over the past few years. I have nothing but thanks to give for all the joy. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very, very nice. Thank you. We appreciate you tuning in. Believe me. Every week, people tuning in from all over the doggone world has been very, very great, and we appreciate it. And again, there's going to be a bunch of content still going on. It's just that these regularly scheduled Tuesdays and Thursdays are coming to an end. My Mondays and Fridays are still going, and all my other content that I do on my stuff is still going to happen. How about How about Message to Love, Pretender style? Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Pretenders, well, that's pretty much just straight Jim, but on the Pretenders guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So is this the end? It is the end of us doing every Tuesday and Thursday. And all this brand new Wildwood content that we're going to be coming up with is going to live only on the Wildwood platform. So if you don't belong to their YouTube page, subscribe up. If you don't belong to their Facebook page, subscribe up. Same thing with Instagram. Every Monday and Friday will go on as usual that I've been doing on the Fishman streams. Those are going to continue on, and those are going to be on all my formats and on Fishman's Facebook. So every Monday and Friday, like I've been doing Mondays, usually just me and Dylan. Friday with the trio. That stuff's going to happen. Although this Friday I will be out of town, so it'll be a rerun. But our regularly scheduled Tuesdays and Thursdays that we've been doing for 2 years is coming to an end as of today. Can you dig it? But it's all been good. So again, to reiterate, there's going to be all this new content, instructional stuff, showing loop of the week, tip of the week. There's going to be all the different serial number videos and Wildwood 30s and all that fun stuff. So we're going to be doing a ton of new content, and there'll probably be 2 streams a month on top of that. It'll probably be pre-recorded. And part of this is also because my traveling schedule is starting to get crazy again. So we're doing some different stuff. The next evolution, if you will, of the Wildwood video project. And at some point, I may end up going out there again to do some stuff, but that may be in the offing. But right now, that is not happening. So there you go. Giveaway of the week. Oh, I see you, Patrick Coleman. What's better, playing golf or picking guitar? I don't golf. I have golfed and probably will golf again at some point, but it is not a regular thing for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do I have a Patreon page? Not right now, but that might change. We might do a Patreon thing for other stuff. Not currently. So all my stuff that I'll continue to do, and there's going to be a ton more content. That's all going to be on my pages. But this is a Wildwood stream, and all the Wildwood stuff is going to live on the Wildwood platforms from here on in. Can you dig it? Sports aren't our thing. I was a halfway decent. No, I was never a great athlete by any stretch, but I was fairly decent at softball back in the day. I was a starting third baseman usually because I could throw to the first base. I guess that's why I did it. I was pitcher for a hot minute too, I think. But yeah, high school I played basketball through middle school, and that was it. Anyway, can you please offer your knit caps for sale on one of your sites? I do offer the knit caps at my website at gregkoch.com. You can get your gristle beanies hot, piping hot. You can also get them at the gigs when I show up to play in your town. I usually have hats. Hats, shirts, Gristle King pedals, all that kind of sweet malarkey. Any particular vintage acts that caught my attention at the festival? Yes, there was a couple. There was a 1958 Gretsch 6120 that really struck a chord with me. There was also a 72 Olympic white Strat that was calling my name as well, but I just couldn't do it. What am I playing? This, Simon, is a Chrissy Hind signature Telecaster. It's a Mexican-made guitar. Very, very nice, actually. Locking tuners, 6 pole pieces as far as, or 6 bridge pieces. And beautiful guitar. It's got the Chrissy Hind thing on the back. I dig that. Plus, she's a cool chick and rocks like with the intensity of 1,000 suns. There you go. Well, my Celtics are playing your Bucks. Good series. Yes, it should be a good series. I see the Bucks won the first game, but you never know what's going to happen. I always enjoy watching the Bucks. Giannis is a super freak. Every time you watch him play, it's always great. Ever played a Robin Ford model by Gene Baker? Yes, I have. Expecting new outtake videos. Yes, Kurt, there will be some. Chrissy Hind would not approve of Greg's meat-heavy diet. Yes, probably not. Although at some point I should probably, I wouldn't have any problem going vegetarian if I just knew how to cook that stuff. But sometimes you just need some protein in your sweet, sweet grilled meats come to mind. Anyway. All right, folks. Well, listen, I'm going to cut it off early today. There will be all this new content. Again, to reiterate, this is the last of our Tuesday and Thursdays that we've done for 2 years running. But the exciting news is there's going to be a whole bunch of brand new content that's going to be awesome to behold. And all that stuff's going to be over on the Wildwood formats. But every Monday and Friday, still as scheduled, all of our Fishman things will be going on as done before, and all of my other different content that I do on my pages will remain. But all of the Wildwood-centric stuff, there's going to be new stuff, instructional content, looper stuff, all kinds of crazy fun stuff. All that stuff's going to live on Wildwood's format. So if you want to be privy to that stuff, if you've enjoyed the Wildwood content, head on over to the Wildwood Facebook page, the Wildwood YouTube page, and their Instagram page, and subscribe up. There you have it, folks. Thanks, Dan Bro. I appreciate that. Thank you all for tuning in these last 2 years. It's been a blast. We'll see you cats later.